What do you think about
I
the
know,
new
but that's your
Foya and the
daughter.
videos coming out?
Well, I hope they all come out soon.
You're
What do you
hopeful
got?
for them to come out?
Yeah, I want all of them to come out.
Gypsy's
I
not
want.
worried?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I think that it's important for everyone to see
Hey,
everything.
see Nicole. Keep making content.
She never wore a wig with me. She never had to. She always had her real hair with me. So just say it. Never once did she wear a wig with me in any character, anything. Anything. I feel sick living. Well, y'all feel sick.
Good morning, friends. I was, as usual, looking in the emails for a specific thing and come across another weird section. So we're going to read it together. First off, my usual disclaimer, these emails were obtained through the Freedom of Information Act and the Missouri Sunshine Law. All prisoner communications are subject to Freedom of Information Act requests. These emails begin in June 2021. That's a month before Ryan and Gypsy met in person. We've got an inbound here that says, but I prefer to be a soft, cuddly teddy bear. And then another inbound that says, I was thinking maybe I could get a new picture from you that no one else has and does not have your parents in it. If you are wanting me to put it by my bed. Okay, just a thought, Snuggles. Then another inbound. Hope your head feels better this morning, baby. Although I love hearing from my gorgeous Snuggles, I know Tuesday is busy for you, so I get not hearing from you as much. Call me when you can. Miss you. Love, Cuddle Muffin. And another inbound. Also, I think it's awesome that you and I enjoy different types of music, actually. It's like a yin yang concept. Yin yang concept made me crack up a little bit because Nick and Gypsy were always sharing pictures of a black cat and a white cat together on their secret Facebooks, cuddled up together and saying, oh, look, it's us. It's yin yang. Anyway, there's another inbound to Gypsy, and it says, per request, send a pic of my ex. She doesn't even hold a candle to you, gorgeous. You are so much more beautiful. So I thought that was interesting. Per request. Gypsy always has to know about everybody's exes. She usually stalks them too. And Gypsy replied and said, "Aw, she's actually really pretty. Is this the girl that was once pregnant?" So I did my reading test and I'm back at the house chilling, coffee, and listening to Talladega by Eric Church. I love this song because I have a good memory of me and my mom in the car driving back from Walmart. We were laughing and happy. It's such a simple memory of her, but I hold it close. I really miss her. Today is 6 years I've been incarcerated. I thought that was interesting because we see a lot of them being happy and laughing. I bet Gypsy does miss her. Yeah, Gypsy is really, really focused on the fact that this girl was once pregnant by Ryan. Ryan says, she is pretty. I only give my heart to the top tier. That's actually my high school sweetheart. That was my first everything. We took each other's virginity. Like I said, though, you are much more beautiful than she will ever be. Yeah, Gypsy got Ryan to send her a picture of his ex-girlfriend before they ever met. Weird, huh, friends? Then Ryan replies about Gypsy talking about his mom. He says, I know you miss her, sweetie. That sounds like a great memory. Always hold it close. Wow, 6 years. Almost done, though. I don't know what this is about. It says, Blank has company at the moment, and it is Brooklyn. He was so excited when he found out she was back at home. He fixed his hair and everything. No charm bracelet, though. Weird. Ryan says, missing your beautiful voice. And then he says, I can't sleep, so I decided to write you. I did fill out a visitor application tonight. I hope there aren't any issues. I really want to see you soon. Snuggles, I am so proud of you for getting your GED. I really am. I am really excited that you are looking into college also. Your drive is impressive. Listen to this, friends. This sounds really familiar. Ryan says, I adore you. I miss you. I want you. I love you. That was the end of that email, but he came real close to saying, I love, worship, and adore you. Wonder if she's his queen blessing, friends. Wonder what Ryan was sending her here. Something that had to be blacked out. It says, big old blank. There you go, gorgeous. And then he says, remind me tomorrow to tell you something. I totally forgot to mention it to you yesterday. He's always trying to bait her to call him because he has to beg for it. Now listen to Gypsy here. She says, "What we have is an open relationship. We are with each other, but we don't have absolute exclusiveness. For example, I may want to go on a date with you, but I also may want to go on a date with someone else too, and then vice versa. Well, I still have 2.5 more years in here, and that is a lot of time to one, meet face to face. Two, continue our lives with no pressure of title. I care for you, but please understand I need to have my time of dating around before I ever want to say I do to anyone. This is how it has to be for now." How it has to be. I thought that was an interesting turn of phrase there because just based on Gypsy's context clues, it seems like whenever she uses that phrase, she is laying down the law to someone else. She's not complying with anything that they wanted her to do. What do y'all think, friends? So, Gypsy, this email went out on June 10th, 2021, and she told him, "We're in an open relationship. We have no title, no pressure. I might want to go on a date with you. I might want to go on a date with someone else. Deal with it." And then, literally the day later, she's back to planning baby names with him. She says, "I like Merlin Ray or Merlin Race." And Ryan, of course, responds and he's all upset by what she said. He says, "But now I understand what's really going on." And Gypsy says, "Saying what? I didn't friend zone you. All I can offer for now is casual." And Gypsy says, "What are you talking about? I'm not fighting with you. I don't want to fight." And Ryan says, "The reality is we are clearly not together." And Gypsy says, "Please don't be mad at me because I want a casual date." Ryan says, "Not upset or moody, just was saying." What the fuck, dude? You are too obviously upset. Like, that's one of the things that annoys me about Ryan. Like, Ryan, he didn't kill his mama or anything like that. The only reason Ryan even matters in these videos is pointing out Gypsy's patterns because he inserted himself in her life and now he is a part of Gypsy's patterns. However, what annoys me about Ryan is he will not take accountability for anything that he personally chooses to do or say. It's always a joke or just playing. Can't you take a joke? Hate guys like that. Just, it's a stereotype that dudes who will refuse to take responsibility for their words, playing it off as "I was just joking," will usually do the same with their actions. What do y'all think, friends? Am I right or am I reaching? I might be reaching. Let me know. Then, just a few days after that, Gypsy says, "To my star baby daddy, happy Father's Day. You are a wonderful example of a loving parent, and I'm always proud of you for how patient and caring you are. Sending hugs and love. Gypsy, yo baby mama." One day, they are not in a relationship. All she can offer is casual dating. The next day, she's his baby mama to his nephew. What the fuck? And not just his nephew, but all these future Star Wars named babies. Like, she always has an imaginary baby planned. Anyway, Ryan sends more names. Ryan says, "I have some options for you regarding middle names. Merlin Ray, Star Wars reference, probably my favorite. Merlin Reed, Merlin Rohan, Merlin Rowan, Merlin Ridley, Merlin River, Merlin Reeves, Merlin Race, Merlin Royce." And then it jumps to the next month after they met for a while. Gypsy says to Ryan, "So unless blank, blank, or blank gives me a real reason to engage in drama, I'm done. I said what I needed to, and that's it. I'm moving on. I feel any more interaction will just be what they want." And then Ryan says to her, "Baby, our pictures are really adorable. We look good together." Then Ryan says, "And you are possibly getting out of quarantine on the 2nd? You know what else is on the 2nd? And then Gypsy says, weird as hell here again, friends. We get into more Gypsy role playing with Ryan. She says, "I'm sad we didn't have our nightly call. Sad face. Baby Gypsy is sad. I'll just go crawl back in the doghouse. Sorry" by Buck Cherry playing in the background. Weird, 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 weird. This is the second time I found her referring to herself as Baby Gypsy with Ryan. But like I said, the search on this is weird sometimes. It doesn't always find the same thing multiple times. And I can't find the other email whenever I'm searching for it. But this is definitely the second time she's referred to herself as Baby Gypsy to Ryan. Freaking weird, friends. And then she says, "I'll go crawl back in the doghouse." We know that she thinks she has the spirit of a dog. Or maybe that's Demona. Maybe that's not Gypsy at all. Anyway, Ryan says, "Look, I don't know what to think at the moment, but I do miss you, gorgeous. It all boils down to me wanting to see you again soon. Just don't miss out on the present, living in the past." Oh, I guess this is Gypsy talking to New York dude. Gypsy says, the person from New York is a blank blank. I don't know who that is. And then she says, he's pretty cool, down to earth and chill. Smile. And then we got Gypsy back to planning a baby, role playing weirdly with Ryan again. And she says, this is back in June. Outbound from Gypsy. There's my cuddle muffin. Smile heart. Random thought. I need blank to make a few stuffed Star Wars characters for Merlin's mobile, BB-8, Yoda, Darth Vader, and Chewie. And then 2 days before murder anniversary date, on June 8th, 2021, Ryan sends her an email and he says, hey, gorgeous, I know that this time of year is tough for you. Please know that I'm here for you. I hope you don't shut me out during this time like last year, but I do understand if you happen to. Life is great, especially with me in it. Ha ha. Smile, snuggles. Gypsy responds by saying, baby, can you send me pics of how to contour makeup? There should be pics of women with makeup that shows them looking like they have war paint on their faces. Then we got an inbound from Ryan. I just looked at that picture you sent me, and Gypsy, I have to say, you're the most beautiful, sexiest woman that I've ever laid my eyes on. Ryan again. I just want more pictures. Just saying, gorgeous. Ryan again. 4 question marks. Ryan again. I dropped my phone, and by the time I got it, you hung up. No call back? Ryan again. Are you positive that you can't do something about my visiting form? Anything? Because I am probably going to be working in the fall, and July would have been perfect. Plus, and more importantly, I truthfully don't know how much longer I can go without getting a kiss from my gorgeous snuggles. Gypsy replies, and this is June 8th, 2021, and she says, tomorrow, just keep making me laugh, okay? Don't stop making me laugh. Ryan says, and don't worry, I always will keep you smiling and laughing, and of course, completely satisfied, if you know what I mean. Love, blank. And then he says, I know that I can be a mushy teddy bear that loves to snuggle and cuddle and be loved on, but don't ever think that I can't become a ferocious grizzly bear when absolutely necessary. And that ends that random little weird section, friends. What did y'all think? I came across it and I was like, this is just too weird not to read and see what the friends think. I've got another video I'm working on editing that I should have up soon. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's just me and a friend hanging out, and I'm showing her the Gypsy files for the very first time. I might actually have it up already before I get to this video. This may be out of order. We'll see. I might be rambling for no reason, friends. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a good day. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. We'll go out with a palate cleanser. Have a good day, friends.
Keep making content.